Hi, Nick Dogle, North State Law. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be discussing nurse practitioners and their ability to prescribe drugs and devices in North Carolina. First thing that nurse practitioners in North Carolina need to do in order to be able to properly prescribe medication, drugs and devices, that is to outline in their collaborative practice agreement what drugs and or devices they will be prescribing. This is the agreement that has to be signed and reviewed with the primary supervising physician and a secondary supervising physician if you have one. Be pretty specific about it, what you want to prescribe, have the ability to do that, what devices, what drugs, things of that nature. There is one exception to that. An exception is if prior to a nurse practitioner issuing an order or a prescription for a specific drug, they can have a verbal or written order given to them by a primary or secondary supervising physician. Then they can prescribe that, but they also have to go back on the patient's record and notate what was prescribed, that there was a written or verbal order, when that written or verbal order was given by the primary / secondary supervising physician. If it's written, obviously put that in the notation, and that's got to be signed by the nurse practitioner and the supervising physician as well, and that notation's got to be accessible in the patient record. So a couple other things to be aware of. Now, prescribing drugs does not necessarily mean controlled substances as that's defined under state and federal law. Controlled substances schedules 2 through 5, you're going to have to get what's called a DEA number. DEA obviously standing for Drug Enforcement Agency. Once you get that DEA number, you do need to update your collaborative practice agreement and put that in there. Also put in there that you are going to be prescribing certain controlled substances. I would, again, be specific on that. Make sure it's signed and dated with you and any of the other physicians in your practice. And then from there, what you'll need to do is you need to take very good attention to whom you are prescribing the medications, okay? Because there is a very lengthy list, and I'll go over that in just a second, of who you cannot prescribe controlled substances to, even if you're legally allowed to do so as a nurse practitioner. So you cannot prescribe controlled substances to yourself, any of the supervising physicians that are in your office. You cannot do it for any family member, that's spouse, parent, child, you name it. As a family member, you cannot prescribe those controlled substances to them. Anybody that you have had a romantic and or sexual relationship with, can't prescribe to them either. Cannot prescribe a controlled substance to anybody that's living in the same household as you as a nurse practitioner. So that list are those people that you need to avoid if you have the ability to prescribe controlled substances as a nurse practitioner. One of the other main things to be aware of, and by the way, this whole video is not comprehensive of every single avenue or issue for prescribing medication as a nurse practitioner. If you want something more comprehensive, feel free to reach out to me. I'll give you my information at the end. But one of the other main things is, what do you put on the label? So on the label, you have to have your name as a nurse practitioner, who's the supervising physician, the patient's name, what drug is going to be contained in there, what the dosage is, what's the quantity, and then the date on there, how many refills as well. All that needs to make sure that you have that on the drug itself. Some of that's going to be if you're dispensing the medication, but you also want to write that on the prescription pad too when you do your order for it. You can also dispense medications. I don't know if that's going to be something that's going to be worth your while, because you're going to have to go through the Board of Pharmacy and find a physical pharmacy facility that has a pharmacy permit, which is going to involve contacting a pharmacist that you know and trust. So it might not be worth your while to do that, but that could be an option for you if you wanted to go ahead and try to dispense drugs and devices. So that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to be doing videos like this continuously for the foreseeable future. If I was not able to answer your question, or if you had another question that pops up, feel free to give me a call, 919-521-8810. You can also visit my website. There's information on there, www northstatelawfirm.com. I am also on social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and that's about it on social media. I'm on Instagram as well. So feel free to reach out to me at any of those, and look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.